I'm sorry. I really did think that it ended in my head with Wings and Ruin.
I think that that's like the correct ending. Oops.
Oopsie.
No, I'm literally obsessed.
Hey besties, welcome to
Literally Obsessed.
It's Cassie
And Brittany.
How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fun day.
Yeah.
All right, so something we've done this before. We've done a summer TBR before, but now since we're lovely into fall, welcome to our fall TBR.
Woo.
Should be a good time. Kind of trying to get into some spooky vibes while we're here. Because, oh my God, winter will be around the corner.
Ugh, I'm not ready for winter. Like, I'm happy about fall, not ready for winter.
Not ready for winter just yet.
I don't like winter.
I just don't know what to do during winter.
Yeah, nothing. It's already starting to get dark out earlier.
Yeah.
It's 5:40 something. It's actually, like, not that dark out when you look out. But in the apartment, it's getting dark already.
Because it's, like, it's starting to go down.
It's blocked behind the trees,
But
so that's upsetting.
I hate it. But we do get in our sleeps pretty soon.
Okay, that's fair.
Should be good. As always, remember we have our Patreon, guys. We're definitely starting to make more content for it. So if you guys would like to join our 2 tiers, you can either do book club or book besties. We have a lot of exclusive content on there, as well as our own Discord channels that you guys can chat through. Yeah. If you guys also want to check out our newsletter, we post it every first of the month. Basically, it just has like updates about the podcast, about ourselves, as well as what you will see, like as book recommendations and for the future. So definitely go check those out. Links should be in the description below.
Yeah. Cool. So we are just going to be hopping in and doing some books that we would like to read. So this will probably be a shorter episode, but I don't know. You never know with us. We're yappers.
Right.
So
some of these ones Brittany has shared, but I definitely would have to add on there. But for the most part, I have a lot of TBR. I still even have summer TBR that I haven't even really gotten to, that I'm still trying to work out through, but hopefully we'll get there.
I will say, like, I always make a TBR and then I never follow it.
Yeah.
So odds are I'm not going to follow this. I'll eventually read them, but some of these have literally been on my TBR for like a year, 2 years. So it's just kind of like I get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, and it also like depends on your mood.
Exactly.
And like some books, it's like, I really want to read you, but I don't know, you're not calling to me in the moment.
I will say I wrote down obviously a lot of thrillers because we're going into Halloween, like spooky season. But when I first started reading, I was really hooked on thrillers, and this is like embarrassing. I realized that I can't read multiple thrillers in a row because they started giving me nightmares.
That's actually crazy.
I literally started having nightmares about it. So I try to balance it out by doing like a thriller, a rom-com, a thriller, a rom-com. So
that's actually pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever, I think I've read thrillers before, but as like an adult, I don't think I've ever read thrillers. So
like I love them.
Should be exciting.
Yeah. It just, I had read like 3 in a row, and then I started having like weird nightmares where like I was like living in like the world or whatever, and I was like, okay, I can't do that to myself anymore.
I get it. I get like that with romance books, so I can't imagine how it would be for thriller.
I think it is like because I read before I go to sleep, so it's the last thing in my mind.
Your subconscious is talking.
Yeah.
And then also there's a couple of books on here that I think we might cover eventually. Yeah. So of course I haven't read them. I think some Brittany has, but hopefully in the future we'll talk about them and do kind of what we did with the funny story episode where we just kind of chatted about it. So hopefully that will be in the future.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to start us off, Brittany?
Sure. Okay. So first book that I have is The Silent Patient by Alex How do you think this last name is pronounced? Michaelides? No, I don't know. Michaelides?
Michaelides?
I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. So stupid of me. I should have looked it up before I did this. But basically, this has been on my TBR for so long. I've heard that this is such a good thriller. I started it, but I've only read, I believe, the epilogue so far, so not very far in at all. Basically, this is about a woman who kills her husband, and her therapist is obsessed with finding out her motive.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That sounds exciting.
The cover is like so creepy looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Okay, yeah, look it up. But I've heard like nothing but great things about it, so I'm really excited. Yeah, it's like, ew.
Ew, that looks a little scary.
I know.
Oh, I just saw the face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
So I'm really excited to read it.
Yeah, you've talked to me about this before,
Yeah.
but I'd be down to read that too. Okay, my first one is Verity. Brittany's been trying to get me to read this for a long time, so I will be reading it within this week. I have 12 hours to read it. That's so true, yeah. I will be reading it.
Okay, so I think you're gonna love this because it does still have a little bit of like the romance, like there's some steam in it.
Oh, that's shocking, actually.
But it is a thriller.
Yeah, I love it. This is what I found on the internet of what this book is about. But it basically is a struggling writer gets to basically finish a book series that was started by another author named Verity, and has to figure out if the story was like fiction or real or not.
Kind of.
The manifesto, if it was real.
Yeah.
Definitely thriller vibes. But Brittany, if you would like to give a bigger picture.
Let me see how I can say this without spoiling it for you. Basically, yes, she's hired to be a ghostwriter to finish Verity's book by her husband. And Verity is like bedridden, not really in a coma, but she's kind of like paralyzed and can't move. So the husband hires her to like go through her manuscript and like complete the book, basically. And going through the manuscript, she ends up finding just like some creepy things in there, and kind of has to figure out if they're true or not. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll just leave it at that. You kind of just have to like.
No, I love that.
Yeah, it's really good. And there's like there's like theories, and there's people who are team manuscript or team letter, and you'll understand what that means when you read it. So I can't wait for you to read and see what side you're on.
I'm ready. Is it scary?
It's a little scary. Like, I remember reading it and I was home alone and I just felt like somebody was watching me.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not like super scary.
Yeah,
it's just like creepy. And like, I think the way that I was picturing Verity, I was like, this woman's fucking scary. So
I'm scared. Okay.
Yeah, I picture what's her name? Oh my god, I always forget her name. Blonde, short hair. Rosamund Pike.
Oh, hold on.
That's her name, right?
Do I know
Rosamund
who you're talking about? Oh, Miss Gone Girl?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just imagine like there's like scenes where she's like in a wheelchair because she's paralyzed, and like they take her out for sun or something, and like just imagine like that staring at you in like her robe.
That's freaky.
And it's
that's
like
so scary.
Like the main girl starts experiencing just like weird, creepy things.
Oh, weird.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'm really excited to read it.
But yeah, there is a little bit of steam that comes out of like nowhere. And it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think you'll like it. There's also a little bit of controversy around this book.
Oh,
I think you'll love this as well. So obviously Colleen Hoover is a little problematic, right?
Of course.
And she's not the best author
right
out there. I mean, who am I to judge? But you know, people are like, she's not the best.
Yeah.
This book is really good though. And it's very unlike her other books. So there's like theories that she hired a ghostwriter.
You told me
to
about
write
this.
this. And everyone was just like, that would be so fitting because the book is literally about a ghostwriter.
Wait, that would be iconic.
Yeah. That
is interesting. That's weird. I don't know you authors. I'm not an author myself, but if I were to write a book, I would at least, you'd think that all of your books would be consistent or like have the same writing. But
yeah,
it doesn't.
And
because I haven't really read anything Colleen Hoover ever
yeah, that'll
before.
be hard then because you haven't read her other stuff. So,
but I have. It's not in this TBR, but Ugly Love by her is also something that I've been wanting to read. So I guess, but those are two different genres, right?
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know. Yeah, it's just this for sure, like her best book.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
well, I'm excited to actually get into her with a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that I'm definitely going to be starting to read this week. So
yay,
should be good.
Okay, next up I have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston or Poston. This is basically about a romance writer who doesn't believe in love anymore after, I believe, a bad breakup. She gets the call that her dad died, and she has to go back to the town that she left 10 years ago to help with like all of the burial service and stuff.
No.
And then I believe she meets like somebody there and has to deal with like this town that she left behind.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Is it so? It's mostly romance.
Yes.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Love.
And I love the other books that I read from Ashley Poston. So
sweet.
excited.
So you're excited. The second one that I have is I started the first chapter, but this is a big hunker. I've been recommended this by a couple people, but it's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Basically, it's a fantasy series. It's a dragons are loved by half of a fictional continent and are hated by the other ones. And it's basically like a how to fix it guide. There's, of course, romance in it. There's fantasy in it. Some people have compared it to Fourth Wing. But they have a lot more like LGBTQ characters. So there is, it's just a huge book in general. The first one is 800 and something pages.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a prequel, I believe, that just came out or a little bit after, that is like as big as that book too. So
dang,
I've been wanting to get into that one, but it is huge and I'm a little intimidated, but I'm hoping to read it pretty soon. So
that's why I feel like the Kindle helps, because you can't see how big it
Yep.
is. But it also just like John always tells me, like, don't worry about the pages. If it's a good story, it's a good story. And I'm like, yeah, but
I get
sometimes
overwhelmed.
I just get in my head. But it's like once it picks up and you're enjoying it,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I'm just like
It goes
breezing
really
through
fast.
It. Yeah.
When you see, I don't know if you Kindle users use this, but this is how Brittany sold me on a Kindle, was the little like time left in the chapter. But if you click it again, it says time left of the book. And oh my God, I'm pretty sure that it'll probably say like 36 hours until the end of the book.
Oh my gosh.
But it's huge, but I heard great reviews about it, so I'm excited to read it.
That's why I do the time left in chapter.
It's
a lot less intimidating, because it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, I've got 5 minutes.
It's like 46 hours.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I have 46 hours at this point.
Right.
Okay, next book for me is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I was recommended this book by my friend Jess, who has told me that she's been in a reading slump since Iron Flame. So all that I really know about it is that it's about a teenager who goes missing from a summer camp in 1975.
Oh, interesting. I love a summer camp
Love
cliche.
a summer camp. Love a 70s.
Love a
little
70s
book.
cliche.
But yeah, she said it was really good, and she was like hooked.
I think I saw that on someone's good read.
It was probably mine.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was that one. Interesting. Okay. The last one that I have for my TBR, but again, I just have so many other ones. It was recommended by my friend Emma. It's called The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I couldn't fully figure out like a good synopsis of it. It's basically about like a group of boys who go to this college, and it's kind of like the Mardars from Harry Potter plus the Dead Poets Society.
Interesting.
I just heard there's a lot of good like dark academia like core about it. Very interested. Seems more like mysterious in it. So
okay.
And I don't think there's as many female characters in it, so it'd be interesting to see it from like a male point of view.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry. You guys are going to hear the rest from me. But I do know that some of these are ones that Cassie wants to read, so they're doubled up for us.
Also, Brittany is, like I literally said earlier, she's a reading god. She'll be like, finish this book. I go, I finished a chapter within that time. But she's crazy.
Sorry, when I get into a book, I get into a book.
And I just like, I get it. I have like attention issues.
Okay, so I have The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. This has been in my TBR for a while as well. This is about a girl who lost her job and she has to stay with her half brother for a little bit. When she gets there, she finds that he has this like really nice bougie apartment in Paris that she feels like he can't afford, but he's missing when he gets there, and all of the neighbors are very sketchy and seem like they know something.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah. So I don't know, sounds interesting. I also have another thriller. This is my last thriller, actually. Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. And it revolves around a couple and their new daughter. The husband's daughter from his previous marriage comes to stay with them to help out with the baby. Or does she? Dun, dun, dun.
Damn, maybe I gotta add those on mine too.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. I think since we're getting into fall, it is finally time for us to read Throne of Glass.
I do need to read Frost and Starlight as well as Silver Flames. I'm gonna add that there too. I just gotta finish this damn series.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really did think that it ended in my head with Wings and Ruin.
I think that that's like the correct ending. Oops.
Oopsie. But I have started reading Frost and Starlight. I just need to get through it all.
Yeah, so y'all already know about Throne of Glass, but basically it's about an assassin named, I believe it's Selena, and that's pretty much all I know about it.
Yep.
There's an 8-book series.
It's huge.
It's crazy. I'm so scared to start, and that's what's been putting me off of finishing or even starting this book, but I feel like with the fall winter vibes coming up, it could be good.
Could be good
to start it.
My friend gave me her whole collection of it. Like, she just said, I don't want this, like, I've already read it, here you go. And it's sitting on my desk and I look at it every day and I go, Jesus Christ,
No,
I don't know if I will ever be ready for you.
Yeah, that's how I
so
feel. I'm
scared.
just like, I don't know,
because they're all pretty medium-sized books, if not, and then it gets just bigger.
Yeah,
same thing with Crescent City.
Yep,
those bitches
they're like
are huge. God.
And I also just feel there was a minute where I was just reading so many series and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
God,
I can't do it.
I need just like solo.
Yeah,
I just need like standalone books.
Exactly. Okay, I also would love to get back into Harry Potter. Again, I feel like it's a very fall winter book. I left off on the Goblet of Fire and I don't even know where I left off. It's been months, guys. Months since I have picked this book up. So I would love to get back into it and at least try to put a dent into that book.
I was talking the other day with Shay, and we were talking about how it's this time of year for my fall rewatch of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Let's say like a yearly annual thing
Yeah.
I do. And I'm like, should I start that? Should I start the books? But I'm like, ugh,
I really struggle with third person books.
I just can't.
Yeah. We'll see if I can do it. I just like really struggle with third person books. I think it's also hard for me. I don't love J.K. Rowling's writing.
Yeah, no.
And I also just feel like reading it as an adult, I probably don't have that like nostalgic factor. I do for the movies, but
Right.
I like my parents didn't read them to me as a kid or anything like that. And I also just feel like, oh, this is gonna be so controversial. It's just like I already know what happens.
True.
But I do know that there's a lot more in the
Right.
books that will help me, because I always get a little bit confused around Order of the Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
because I think things were left out in the movie and it confuses me. So reading the books is definitely helping. Like, that's why things played out the way that they did, you know. But yeah, it's just a lot, guys.
It is a lot. I mean, they're huge.
Yeah.
And they were famous for a reason.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
I get it. But I don't know. It's just
a lot.
I don't think I really want at this moment.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, 2 more. So we know that I love Miss Rebecca. We love Miss Rebecca here. So I haven't read any of her other things, though, besides the Empyrean series. And I've been wanting to read this book for a while, but it's The Things We Leave Unfinished. And basically, this is about a girl who comes back home after her great grandma passes away. And she has to stop this like cocky best-selling author from finishing her grandma's final novel. And then obviously there's like romance between them.
I think I recently saw this book on Amazon Unlimited. So if you have that subscription, it's for free. But
yeah,
not for free, but for free.
Yeah.
This isn't her new one, right?
I think In the Likely Event is
In the Likely
her
Event.
newest, I believe.
Yeah.
She also has that variation or something that she's working on. Miss Girl is pumping out books like crazy.
She's not stopping.
And like, girl, stop the other books. Just work on Fourth Wing,
thank
you know.
you.
Thank you.
But I have been wanting to read more of her other books. I just feel like they're a different side of her writing that I'm sure that we'll love.
Yeah.
Because we love her romance.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one.
All right. And my very last one. Oh my God. We've talked about this book forever. And we've been wanting to read it together. But it's just never happened. But it's Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I I want to read it, guys, but it's about two rivaling journalists who end up anonymously writing to each other and forming a connection.
I just think we're gonna love it.
I think we're gonna love it. I think, and I'm being for real, this is what's keeping me from reading it, is that it's a young adult.
You're right.
Novel.
I forget that. I always forget, like, why is because Powerless is kind of the same, right?
Powerless is also a young adult, and I feel like it shows at points like I would have eaten this up when I was like 18.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Divine Rivals, is it more young adult, or is it like,
I don't fully know. I have heard like it's just like so sweet, like you'll know what love is by like reading it, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's not steamy, so
right. And I'm like, I don't want to sound weird and say like it. I don't know. I don't even want to finish the sentence.
I know.
But
like I love a steamy little romance.
yes, but I'm good with reading just about the relationship part too. So that should be exciting. We do got to read that though.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got to read that together.
I literally have it sitting on my bookshelf.
Me too.
And I just haven't read it.
I got it at Target, and I was like,
yeah,
I think
got
I'll
it
read it at
also.
some point.
Yeah. We haven't, but we will.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of books that I have more on my like Goodreads that I've been wanting to read.
You have to like 80 books.
There's so many. In my like notes app, I like just have too many things going on. I want to read so much, but it's like finding the time to do it. As you guys know, we're full-time girlies, so it's just sometimes it's hard to find the time to like sit down and read a book for like hours like I would like to.
It is hard too, because I mean our time is freeing up a little bit more for the rest of the year until Onyx Storm. Yep. But whenever we had free moments, we were rereading Iron Flame in detail so that we could work on outlines for you guys. Yeah. So it took up a lot of our time. We loved it, but it took up a lot of our time.
At least our like reading time. Yeah. So hopefully we get a little bit more of a break before shit goes down in January. But that will be our #1 TBR.
Yeah, for sure.
Ever. But yeah, pretty much I mean, and honestly, some of these that I've gotten are just from other people. The Secret History, I learned a little bit more on TikTok. So if you guys were wondering where to find book recommendations, TikTok. I definitely recommend TikTok. Check out your friends' Goodreads, and books like on Instagram. Like Bookstagram is just popping all the time with like book recommendations. So if you guys are ever like in a reading slump, they have certain videos and stuff like about that. I think Brittany, you've made a video before, like books that got you out of your reading slump.
Was it reading? I don't know. I have a couple videos on my TikTok and YouTube. If y'all want to look me up,
y'all should check out her personal TikTok and her YouTube. It's iconic.
Thanks.
Your girl's in it sometimes.
Yeah. You can also check out our Goodreads. It'll be in the description as well if you want to see what we're reading and what we have on our TBR, as well as this. It sounds like a plug, but I'm not trying to. But like on our newsletter as well, we always put either books that we really have enjoyed lately or books that are on our TBR and we want to read. Just kind of give you guys an idea.
All right, y'all. That was our fall TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be posting some more content regarding like maybe these books that we've talked about. So just keep a watchful eye on the podcast. Yeah. As always, you guys are more than welcome to check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and share it to your friends. And we love seeing your guys' comments about what we post. So keep it coming. Talk to us, DM us. We love to hear from you guys. So
definitely. Yeah.
Thanks
for watching, guys. We'll see you next week for another episode.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.